This is your daily market review for Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, November 2nd, 2023. Interesting day in the market. Again, if you had the Stock Traders Almanac, you saw potentially there was up. Now again, do you really trust today's action? It's really tough because I say this all the time in that the market is meant to take the most amount of money for the most amount of people. I will say that the folks who've been the most, reluctant to sell stocks are now the most bullish I've seen in weeks. And so again, the market is a roundabout way of taking people's money and getting emotional. As we've talked about, straight line moves in either direction are rather dangerous. And when I say rather dangerous, I mean extremely dangerous. Because one thing you have to pay attention to in the market is straight line moves have no support. They have no backfilling. They have no, what you call I wouldn't say institutional, but they don't have any support volume-wise because, again, it's mostly squeezing action by shorts and bulls just chasing. And so the conviction can be removed very quickly when such is removed, essentially. What does that mean? Well, again, demand can be pulled very quickly because it was not sustainable. Like price action of massive appreciation, as you see typically in bear market rallies, which are very straight line move, typically don't last. So again, let's look at what's going on. Because again, I think some people, I think we're probably done. Again, we have the jobs data tomorrow. Apple after hours absolutely getting slaughtered. As we've said over and over, they have no growth. They don't deserve a 27 multiple for basically selling the same repeat iPhone over and over and over and over again. And their China sales are slowing. People are saying, oh, back orders, yada, yada, yada. Okay, would they have really been able to sell in this time? I mean, at this point, if anything, they'd probably be sitting on a ton of inventory. So it's probably better they are not selling. New to the channel, want to check out YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Doing lots of live chats. Also the education part of this. Also, it's on my website, thetradingagent.com. For more beginner to advanced on the back to basics, got real estate reviews, all that stuff. Markets account, get your 5.4%. Please do not get paid anything less. Oh man, you got to get your interest rate up on your cash. So look, and also get your referral code for the interactive brokers. Please do not stick to Schwab. Be careful with some of these brokerages. I don't know if they're going to last. And you don't want your money to get stuck in conservatorship. All right. Also follow on Twitter, posting a ton of stuff. And again, I'm amazed at some of these people that are just endlessly bullish. And it's like, I'll show you guys on my weekly chart. And fine, I'll just see. This is what I love talking to people. Because again, I'm not trying to be a hater. Again, I'm not trying to sit here with uber pride. I'm just trying to be evidence-based. And this is the thing. Check this out, y'all. This is the QQQ weekly. Lower highs and a downtrend. Everybody's bullish. I'm like, this is a generational short of your lifetime, potentially. Lower highs after a top in 2021. All right, well, we'll just move on. Fed watch tool. Again, we'll talk about evidence here shortly. Check this out. As of right now, expecting a pause next meeting. Bitcoin holding up. I don't like this candle, though. Keep an eye on this. It might be topping. Oil, as we talked about, breaking. Why is it not refreshing? Come on. It broke, and now it's chopping back around. Again, this isn't good for the feds. And natural gas just stuck. I don't even know why we talk about natural gas at this point. It's kind of a moot point, in my opinion. We'll see. All right, the dollar holding the 20-day. Interesting action today because, again, the bulls were screaming, oh, the dollar is dropping. Well, if the dollar gets dumped, is it because the economy is strong or is it slowing dramatically? I don't know. Again, we've said watch for dollar volatility. It better hold the 20-day. Keep it simple, stupid. Now, everybody's bullish to TLT. We talked about down here the largest volume candle ever. Could it be bottoming? Again, I think it's going to be choppy and sloppy. Notice what happened the last time. It really gapped up. I know it's over the 20-day. Again, I don't trust this in the sense of I'd rather be late than early. I think it's going to be choppy and sloppy. But again, it may be people buy it. But if people really buy yields, in my opinion, I think the market's an absolute short. I mean, it is an absolute short. Look what happened here. The VIX, I mean, people keep going, oh, well, the bear market's over. That drop is over. And it's like, look at the VIX. It barely got to 22, 23 level. Man, it's nothing. Nothing. Now back at the 100-day. We'll see if this lasts. VIX watching our chop zone back down to 80s. Keep an eye on SPY. absolute monster. Not surprised. I mean, again, surprised, not surprised. I don't know. I mean, we talked about anything's possible. You do for that. And again, we've talked about novice gaps. Novice gaps. That's a novice gap too. Open high. Be aware. Because again, I think we might get the pro gap down tomorrow. Just interesting. Again, I'm in my 2-hour chart or my 4-hour chart at the trend line of the 200 period moving average. We'll see what happens with Apple. I mean, I'm impressed. And again, people are like, oh, you didn't call that. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did. I knew we'd rally. I just didn't expect up this high. And that's part of the game. QQQ after hours back at 361. Not surprised. Watch the 20-day. If that breaks, could you get channel high? It doesn't feel like it's going to get there. I mean, we went from oversold to overbought instantaneously, essentially, in my mind. I know people are like, oh, it's not that overbought. And it's like, we just popped 20 plus points. That's pretty solid. IWM finally caught up, but here again, be careful. Be careful. I still think this is going to be absolutely smoked. And keep in mind, it's way below. It's near 52-week lows. Like, again, the market near the highs and IWM at the lows lagging hard. D, a nice bounce. I mean, ooh, could you get up here? I mean, it's almost like this is actually the box. Because look at all these candles here. So we'll see if we get follow through tomorrow. Gold, as we talked about, it's tough. I don't see it a bias until the Feds pivot. Silver, again, saying the same thing, not really believing much of anything. GDX, as we talked about, miners just do not believe it at all. Look, these things should be way up in the 30s. Things at 28. GDXJ, same thing. I mean, these things should be much higher, y'all. Not acting well. AG. Ooh. Clearly they had earnings. Ouch. Again, I don't know what the right level for this thing is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that, I mean, it's 3. I mean, I never thought I'd get that low. AEM back into the channel, 20-day. I mean, all these miners look kind of swaggy. Newmont should be in like the 40s and 50s. Look, it's down here. PAAS doesn't really look that good either, right? Chopping at the lows. I mean, I've got levels of just extremes that I'm waiting for. And if they hit, I will buy these things. And if they don't, I'll be a little late. Does it matter? Not in my opinion. Taiwan Semi. Okay, nice little gap up today. Doji, we'll see what happens. Again, a lot of these names got marked up. We'll see if it lasts. Another doji. I mean, we saw a lot of dojis and outside reversal candles, looking kind of candles. We'll see what happens. AM Dizzle. I mean, that thing I thought would be up $4 continuing, but no, it hit the channel high, 100-day. Doge sandwich. Potentially. No, failure. NVIDIA, another doji, pops up to the 20-day. I mean, here you go. Short opportunity. Intel, same kind of thing. Gets a little higher. Doge. I mean, here, let me just pull this over. You can see. So area matters. SMH, SME, the SME. Look at this. Doji at the 50-day, back testing the channel and the trend line. Like, really? Gifts. We'll see what happens here. Adobes said watch the 560 level. Pretty close. Close enough for government work. Apple, as you know, down. What is it? 171 after hours. Again, I think this thing is cooked. Watch the 200-day. If it breaks the 200-day, arrivederci, adios. And again, this is the thing that's interesting about tech is like, you know, we talked about the novice gap up. Do we get the pro gap down tomorrow? Uh-oh. Amazonian, Doji again, another looking red Doge, holding up. Got to give it credit. These names rally way more than I thought. CRM held the 200 area. Watch the 50-day. Guggenheim hit our freaking short zone to a T. We said watch this 200-day, or sorry, the 100-day in this zone at the 130 area. Doink. Meta, nothing today. Again, not, I mean, surprised some of these. I mean, but look at that outside looking. Microsofty, Mr. Softy. Top of the range, Doge, NDAQ, looking for any pop on this to short. Not much enough yet, but it looks like crap. MicroStrategy, holding up. Is it going to break out? I mean, I guess you should probably just, I don't know. I mean, it's a big range, I know, but you got to get over this to really be bullish. And if not, it could chop into it. Not saying it couldn't be bullish, but to be really bullish, breaking out. Netflix, impressive, holding up. I mean, nothing much you can say here. I mean, it just, the volumes are turds. Turdalicious. Turdalicious. Again, this is the VAP zone. We've been stuck in it forever. Zoom out even further. You can see the low 400s are real important. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, the channel's broken out, but is it a trap? I mean, we've seen multiple day traps. Roblox. Said, watch out here. Uh-oh. Whoa, I didn't even see this today. Watch the 100-day. It's interesting. Tesla, again, we talked about oversold due to rally. Wouldn't short it down here. Back to the 200-day. Ding, ding. Sabby, if you're listening, you called that one. Nice work, brother. Let's get into some names. Costco. Watching this all day. Nothing. Stuck between the 100, 20, 50-day. Federal Express. Sending more money. Holding up and into the blue box. Again, oversold. Rallies. X, not surprised. Nothing here. I mean, getting bought out. Nucor, we talked about what? Watching this zone. You got it. Getting it. Got it. Keep an eye on it. I mean, could we fill the gap? I don't know. Caterpillar, we talked about this getting smushed and then being oversold. Not surprised at rally. Interesting. Watch the gap fill. Watch the 8 and the 10-day there. I mean, that's an interesting spot. VALE, some of these names have just been, chopping around for what seems like forever. Arrow, this has been just absolutely cooked. Oops, excuse me. Slow on the trigger. Arrow, this thing's been absolutely cooked. Just chopping around. CCJ. All right, now you got the follow through today. Top of the channel. Can it break out? I don't know. CF, we talked about these names. Due to bounce. Hit the 200-day. Doink. Sorry, Mosaic. The Mose. I mean, I thought these were going to rally earlier, but here you go. Got a little engulfing bar. Maybe these have a few days of up. We'll see. NTR, same thing. Again, I like these names in time when the market gets crushed. AA. All right. I mean, again, we talked about popping here potentially. XLF. Now, we talked about financials. Man, I thought the 20-day was perfect, but look what happened. We got right to the channel high immediately. Way fast. Way furious. Keep an eye on this. Keep it on this. Did I expect that? No. JP Morgan. I mean, expected a pop, but not much. Expected JP to get like 141. I guess we're going to the 200-day. Morgan Stanley. Same thing. I mean, these things have been oversold, so they have room to pop. Bank of America. Throwing that one in there recently, over a little low, and then rallies back. Are you surprised? I mean, yes, no. I don't know. New money, new month. People, I guess, are trying to buy. They think the yield curve is going to be supportive and everything's going to be fine. I'd be watching that 315 on the Goldman Sachs carried. Good bounce. You got to give it. And this is the thing. Like, if financials follow through, I'll trust the market for more rally. If not, it's just, to me, oversold rallies. XBI, this thing, we talked about this thing should be much higher. Yeah, dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce. Bounce. Finally got some of the rallies. I mean, here we talked about the IYT, transports. Watch the 20-day, 225. XLB, some of these material names finally caught up. And again, not surprised. 20-day, again, it's kind of done that. XLI, let's look at another industrial index. 20-day, and just looking at housing. Because, again, housing had a nice pop yesterday on interest rates. But, ooh, actually, look at that. The close was rather sold. Interesting. That could be a novice gap trap. It's due for that. So, anyway, let's get into solar and then end it with oil and gas. Good old solar. Dude, I mean, these things have been just plummeted. I mean, they should bounce. I mean, I don't know. It's just if they don't, that just tells you the market's just not good. ENPH, same thing. Earnings, Sedge, First Solar. I mean, I like First Solar short on pops. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. HYG, nice rally back today. Got to give it credit. I mean, again, this is where this is hard. But we've seen this before, y'all. We've seen these before, these big gaps that get sold. We'll see if it lasts. Again, I mean, it's just kind of like everyone getting excited. It's hard to know. It's just hard to know. USO, oil, we talked about needs to hold. UNG, whatever. XOP. Now, this is not surprising, saying like, hey, if the market's going to rally, it should rally. I don't know how much further they have to go, but keep an eye on me. I think we might have a gap and go tomorrow down in the market. ExxonMobil, there you go, due to bounce. So we talked about that. Popping. Has to hold 105, but could this be a trap? We've talked about this before. So you get like these W pattern traps that look like it, and then you rally to some moving average, and then it kapow. Keep an eye on it. Occidental, the mid 60s has been resistance. Little oxy selling. Valero, it's interesting watching some of the gasoline names. I thought they'd be up more today. Couldn't even get over yesterday's high. Same thing with MPC. Like, look at today's action, right? Like, it gets over, it double tops to a T, and then it gets sold. We'll see. Yeah, EQT, so watch the 44s. We're in there. Keep an eye on it. And then Flex LNG, flexing. Not surprised. I mean, again, this has got a good yield. I like the stock long term. I think we will be natural gas exporters, but at this point, I don't want to purchase stocks that I think are going to go nowhere or get stuck. you have any questions, please reach out. Appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Please be careful. Again, always define your risk. Know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And if you're buying options, for the love of God, I hope you bought time. Because if you didn't, I don't know what to tell you, because you might be stuck bag holding. If you got next week's options or something, I don't know. Maybe 1 week out, end of the week. I mean, that's just bonkers, y'all. So you got the jobs number. Be careful. If you have any questions, please reach out. Love you guys. Be safe. Holler at your boy. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.